We're seeing a lot of young women initiate divorce and then hop back into the dating world, expecting to find something so much better than what they previously had. This time around, they're raising their standards. They're not settling. Now they know what they deserve and need from a man. And they think that is a winning strategy, right? They think it's going to play out as if it is like a fairy tale, and they're going to ultimately trade up to a better man, right? A better relationship. And this new guy is really, he's going to check all the boxes, and he's going to be better than the last. But the reality is rarely that.
Now, I'm not really sure why I'm sharing this, but I felt like I needed to, and that there's got to be at least one person that will resonate. I'm struggling right now. I am almost 35. I'll be 35 in February. And I was thinking today, I went to church, as I do most Sundays. I went alone, grabbed a coffee, sat by myself, left by myself. I'm going to the grocery store, going to make some lunch, get ready for the week by myself, watch football by myself. And I've gotten really, really good at this. I have no really complaints. Like, I'm confident to do things alone, but it doesn't mean that I want to. I was married. I got divorced when I was 30. Next month will be 4 years since we got divorced. Had one
Christian woman, by the way.
Longish term relationship
Probably.
since then. But other than that, I've been single. And over the last year since my breakup and living in a new city, I've been on the dating apps. I've let people set me up. I've met people in the wild, and it's been nothing but fail after fail after fail. And it's super discouraging. It's this really hard balance of I want a partner. I desire to be married again and to have kids. But that
Better get to it.
seems to be not a reality. And turning 35, which feels kind of like this milestone birthday, I just feel the reality of kids, probably, maybe a husband. I don't know. It's just it doesn't even seem like I should have hope at this point.
True.
And dating sucks. Unless you're single and going through it like I am, I just don't think you can have an opinion.
She first mentioned church. So, keep that in mind, right? This would be a girl who likely self-identifies as a Christian, and she's already got a divorce. And you're going to see later that her behavior really is just not that appealing. I've got more videos for you, but don't worry, she's not yapping, so it's all right. But again, just because she goes to church, it doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't mean she's not a feminist. Doesn't mean she's not a modern woman. Clearly, she's exactly that. And on occasion, we will see women outright say that, they regret their divorce. But at this age for her, I think her ego is too big. I didn't look through all of her videos. Maybe there is a video of her saying she regrets it. But again, I think her ego is too big for that. She's probably not willing to admit that, at least at this point. Maybe she kind of thinks it to herself. She probably questions herself. Was it the right decision? What would things look like if I was still with him? Maybe would I have a child, by now? And the answer to that is, well, probably yes. Yes, you would. You would be a mother by now. The thing you're longing for right now, had you not blown that up, you would have it right now. But no, you decided at 30, this is a great time to reset. Blow it all up, because you thought you still had time. You thought you had better options. You thought you could trade up. And so you get what you deserve. At some point, you kind of just want to point and laugh at these women. It's you were arrogant enough to think that you could just trade up. You thought what you currently had wasn't that great and there was better out there. Right? You thought you could go from your previous situation with your husband, leave him, hop on the dating apps, and all of a sudden your life would just be so much better. It's really not how this works, and it seems so many of them think that is how it works. And as this continues, you're going to see that she's the type of woman who gets interested in a man when he shows minimal effort, or when he does the bare minimum or whatever. And that is a quite common phenomenon amongst so many of these young, I guess I should be careful with my use of young here. But of so many of these modern women, they'll outright say like they're really attracted to guys who show basically no effort. And yeah, we see this time and time again with them. So, that kind of gives us a clue into why she was the type of woman to leave something that was stable when she had it. Now, I mean, I could be wrong, right? Maybe she was being beaten or something, but I highly doubt it. I do. It's more likely this is a divorce because, well, they simply grew apart. And when these women are young enough, like she was at 30, they think they're young enough to restart, right? They think they can hit the reset button. And I bet she thought, if I don't make this decision now, at 30, 31 will be too late. 30 is the last year for me to where I can blow it all up and potentially restart and trade up, actually. End up in a better situation. It's quite the gamble. And something these girls don't seem to understand is that, every relationship has a cycle. In the beginning, it's really exciting. There's a lot of sparks. And you get years and years and years in. And, it's not the same as it felt in the beginning. So you have to kind of find a different appreciation than what you were appreciating at the start. It's a different type of dynamic at that. Well, I wouldn't say different dynamic, but there is, there's different things to appreciate. You have to start trying to focus on things that aren't just, butterflies and sparks, right? And you would think that a woman who goes to church, you'd think she would know, how to find that appreciation. You would think she would know what she needs to change, what she needs to focus on, how her priorities need to change. There you go. But apparently not. And I actually wouldn't be surprised if church was something she recently picked up so she could, find a man, so she could find herself around a bunch of men and that she thinks would be real good Christian husbands who are probably, going to bend over backwards. She probably goes to like a Protestant church. Of course she does. Do we think she goes to, Orthodox church? No. Probably not even a Catholic. Most likely Protestant. And so, yeah, it's likely church is something new for her. But again, I could be wrong. I didn't necessarily scour her page that much.
Like, oh, it'll happen when you least expect it, when you stop looking. I stopped looking 6 months ago. I have not been on the dating apps. I have not, really been searching. I've been focusing on myself and a new career, and I traveled a ton this summer, and it's just like...
There's the travel.
It's so disheartening out there. The caliber of men is just garbage. And I'm sorry, I know that sounds harsh, and I know that us women are not innocent, but...
Take off your makeup and reassess what your caliber is.
I have encountered ghosting multiple times. I've encountered just they say one thing, they do another. I've encountered men who disappear, but then they want to come back and think that you're just going to take them back. I've encountered men who just want to be involved in hookup culture, and I don't understand it. I don't understand. It becomes a, what's wrong with me? And that sucks. I'm not going to get into that. But
of course not.
Anyways, I just was I got home from church and I'm I know I can do this alone. I support myself. I enjoy myself. I am confident by myself. But I don't necessarily want to be by myself. If it's meant to be, then I guess at least I'm good at it. But I don't know, it's this weird balance of I'm super happy. There's a lot of goodness in my life, but like I don't know. Anyways, these are my random Sunday afternoon thoughts. I'm going to start a series called Car Chats with Amy because even just talking through it by myself is relatively therapeutic.
Yeah, and so let's go ahead and find out more about her. So here you can read this. It says, me staring at the bare minimum text from a man, wondering what unhealed part of me is attracted to this. And, she thinks this is kind of a cute thing to do. Talk about how she's unhealed. What unhealed part of me is attracted to this? I don't know. Go figure it out in therapy, which I'm pretty sure she is in therapy. I heard her say that. So, pros and cons of dating me according to my best friend. So she said, and this is her best friend apparently, pros, she's smart and witty, high standards, no room for excuses from her, just figure this shit out, faith-filled, ambitious, funny, bomb and fit, honest. Cons, savage jokes, you better throw it back, can intimidate with her attitude, so she has an attitude problem, but doesn't bite, blunt sometimes, expect her to want you to reply faster than the speed of light. And this here says mood because it's Saturday and I got my Diet Coke and Taco Bell and no one's crusty, dusty son is bothering me. Okay. You're weird for that one. I'm sorry, but I unfortunately do love drinking too much wine, a dive bar, frequently dropping an F-bomb, $10 coffees, reality TV, being petty. There you go. Wearing a backwards hat. I think that last part cut out, but it said that she loved Botox and filler. So that's what we know about this catch, right? She's divorced, and yeah, she loves dropping F-bombs. She says she loves being petty, and when she talks about men, she calls them somebody's crusty, dusty son. And then her friend tries to sell her as this, high-value woman, ambitious, smart, witty, high standards, no room for excuses, funny, and, somehow those aren't the cons. No, her actual cons, according to the friend, are that she makes savage jokes, she can intimidate with her attitude, and she's blunt. Great. So she has an attitude problem, which, we already knew the second she bragged about being petty. What an amazing thing to bring into a relationship, your pettiness. And then to top it off, when men give her the bare minimum, that's when she gets interested. And that explains her divorce. So in what world is this woman a catch? I would argue the exact results she's getting in the dating market are precisely what she deserves. And then also, how about we stop pretending that a woman being witty, some kind of irresistible trait? Oh, she's witty. She is clever. You two can have witty banter and verbal sparring. Does that sound fun? No. It sounds fucking awful, actually. Take your double entendres and go away. Really not interested. Man, I'm so shocked that this woman has a failed marriage. I mean, who could have seen that coming, right? A woman who openly says she loves being petty, dropping frequent F-bombs, drinking too much wine. All right, loves Botox and filler, backwards hats, reality TV. Yep. Oh, she got married and it didn't work out. No way. Total surprise. So, but I mean, yeah, now more than ever, it's just a fact. A lot of these women are not cut from the cloth to be wives, and they should stop pretending they are. And, well, hey, I mean, what's wild is actually younger women might actually be starting to realize that, right? Because yesterday's video, I read off the data showing that 12th grade girls today, 20% less likely to see themselves getting married compared to girls the same age in 1993. That shift is not happening with the boys. They've stayed mostly the same. So the girls are looking around at this culture and they're going, marriage? No, that's not for me. And honestly, at least they are accurately categorizing themselves. It's like, yeah, correct. You belong in the single and childless category. A nice self-awareness there. But here's where it gets interesting. Women like this seem to be struggling more and more in the dating world. And I think part of the reason is that guys are finally starting to recognize kind of the patterns, especially men kind of 30 and up. You know, the type of guys who've seen enough to know what this looks like. You know, they know how to spot the signs, how to categorize a woman like this properly. And most importantly, they know not to commit to it. The manosphere and the red pill, it definitely is growing. And it's certainly more popular than it's ever been. So there's definitely been an effect out there on how men are selecting for women. And I guess I like to think guys are looking at this woman here, and going the other way.